Hello, Aldo.
We have it from friends.
We have the whole team.
Hello.
Excellent. As we start, which is even better.
Oh, good timing then. Sorry.
Excellent timing. So, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to tonight's show, where in the last episode we had some weird shenanigans going on. I'm sure if Ordo Cronus was still about, they'd be very interested in what happened there. But we had a time warp go on. A time dilation field must have kicked off somewhere within the warp.
Everybody knows Ordo Chronos is not operational. They're bouncing around fucking timelines.
Maybe that's just what they want you to think. But apart from the effects of time being skewed in the last episode, the team did indeed go backwards in time, but they didn't realise, as they spent a week preparing their club, deciding how much they were going to spend on it, changing signs, getting clean linen, decent booze and food, and all the other necessities to run a decent club. After Dodgy Dave and his contractors came in and assisted with the regeneration. Veneration? Yeah, whatever. Renovation, that's the one. My brain's already struggling. Great. The team had some free time to go about their own personal tasks, along with gaining some information. One being that it appears as if the other Arbite they were tasked with taking out has disappeared. The Arbites themselves put out a call on the Vox for him to make himself known, to call in, and shortly after his equipment was disconnected from the Arbites' Voxcom channel. They also found out from their Inquisitorial ally, Jonas... Linnaeus. It's not Quintus, it's Livius or something along those lines. The blank. That the Acid Riot were working for someone. He didn't think it was the nobility. He didn't think it was the planetary governess. He thought it was someone off-world who was assisting them, contrary to what the team were thinking. But again, he's not entirely sure. All he knows is that a man named Zygmunt was directly involved in assisting the gang. But for what purpose, he doesn't know. After gaining this knowledge, the Mechanicus had spent some time doing some work in her quarters, making certain items for the team and certain weapons, improving their qualities, and breaking other people's possessions, and then fixing and breaking and fixing and breaking repeatedly for a while before giving up. But we find ourselves now on the 46th of date 988 M41, where the group have just finished watching a broadcast by the planetary governess, which was interrupted by the Lord Commander. As the governess finishes off her speech and looks extremely flustered, it ends very oddly for the more rehearsed recordings that she's done before. All of her recordings seem to be very well planned out, very flamboyant, everything's in its right place, and this is the first time you've seen the planetary governess made to look a bit of a fool. And unfortunately for her, this has been broadcast hive-wide. As her bit ends, you, at least for Darius and for Ezio, you would see a reminder of your time in the Guards. The recruitment videos that use stock footage for many parts of it, remembering days long past.
They've got to save their budget somewhere.
Well, is Munitorum approved? That's...
Hold on, I know what they're playing.
There's a recruitment. It's I imagine it's like the Russian one from here, like Das war ja
Yeah.
ja, das
No,
war
no,
ja
no. It's this one. It's this one because this one's the
This?
best.
I don't think it's that one.
No, probably not. I don't know if that came through. It probably did. So yeah, after the broadcasting,
monetization.
no, it was all right. It was less than 6 seconds. It was less than 6 seconds. So I've got them there.
Don't you have seconds by law?
Yeah, by law, you're allowed 6 seconds. But I mean,
30.
no, not 30. You're allowed 6 seconds of because they do it in a Simpsons joke.
It's 15 for music and 30 seconds for video clips.
Ah.
Oh, okay, that's changed then from what my knowledge of it was. I could have played it for longer, but never mind. So yeah, after the recordings, the pick stream of her, you see recruiting videos that appear on the pick screen. They do have the green light above them, and from what you've gathered in on this Hive world, there is definitely the pick screens will just come on. The planetary governors and the military can control them and turn them on whenever they want. You'll notice that the recording is on every channel, and when you go to turn off the TV, it stays on.
Okay.
Would I know if this is common or?
Very common. For founding for a planet, creating a new guard regiment, this would be very, very common. In fact, most Hive worlds that field units will just have these recruiting posters and recruiting videos on normally. It just seems like the planetary governess is really pushing the recruiting because you can't turn the TV off at the pick screen.
If I wasn't busy with training the troops, I would probably start looking into how the Hive thinks about it, but as said before, I'm busy training the troops.
Sure. I mean, your 10 days of rest, recovery, and training the troops has passed. They would be getting. Well, how hard are you drilling them? Like, what are you? Are you kind of doing what you went through when you were in, when you were brought into the guard? You know, like basically doing loads of fitness exercise, loads of weapon. You know, just cleaning, taking apart. You know, are you going through the primer?
I guess. Is
Okay.
what I had in mind.
Are we
unless,
both doing it?
Darius,
We're both kind of doing it, aren't we?
unless Darius has another idea.
You can both do it.
I wouldn't say go by the primer or anything because they're here to be gangers, not here to be soldiers. I would mainly say show them how to use a pistol properly, so they're not just fucking spraying from the hip or whatever, or teach them or kind of those that look strongest go off to get taught how to swing a baton properly, while those that look like they can actually handle a pistol can be taught how to shoot properly.
I think I'll follow Geddy's plan then. Or Darius' plan.
Okay then. So out of your 22 men, we're going to divide it up again. Okay, so you're going to have, as you kind of go through them, they're not ideal. They're not ideal. But you manage to split them up between you, and you're like, okay, so this 11, they're a little bit stronger, I guess. And these 11, well, you know, their reactions seem to, every time I try and hit one of them, they duck out of the way pretty quickly. So, okay. And you're able to split your troops and give them a bit more specialty, training half in shooting and half in firing. Doesn't make much difference. They're still without the discipline, it seems, of the military. They seem to have their own way, and when you, Darius, when you like show the shooters, okay, so you want to hold the pistol like this, you want to take a firm grip of, your other hand wants to take a firm grip of your pistol grip, so you're in a two-handed firing position. This will give you better aim, better accuracy, and they like listen to you. But as soon as you walk off, they start holding their pistol sideways and like doing gangster style. A couple of them seem to have taken it in.
Isn't that bad, to be honest?
Not when you're holding it one-handed and trying to do the full fucking gangster shit with a fucking really high recoil pistol.
Oh, some of them are like taking weapons from each other and being like, yeah, two pistol, you know, akimbo sideways pistol, like, yeah, man, yeah, I'm gonna do some serious business with these. Yeah, the Emperor couldn't stop me with this. And a few of them just like look at him, just like, you twat. Because there are a few of them. A few of them in each group do seem competent and do seem to listen to you. Exactly the same with the melees. Some of them are clearly just up their own arse gangsters who know better than you. Some of them are like, okay, no, these guys seem to know what they're doing. They're the boss. I'll listen to them.
Could we give the ones who listen to us a beer? Or something like that?
Sure, you can do that.
Do what, sorry?
Give the ones who perform good a beer.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure they get like a free beer or whatever. The rest, yada yada yada, whatever.
Sure, you can do that. Essentially give them an extra ration ticket. Because basically your gangers, what I'm probably going to do is the negative for your business at the moment will also supply your henchmen. Let's call them your henchmen for now rather than gangsters. Your henchmen will basically get their food from the bar. You're giving them a daily ration, basically. And you go around to all the ones who seem competent and, you know, give them an extra token so they can have an extra round on you guys.
They can have another round of Gwent on the house.
You had to play one free game of Gwent.
So in
They always have to
total,
let you win.
you have 10 men who seem competent out of your 22.
Okay.
That's a pretty good score.
Yeah, that's under half, but that's not bad. I'm thinking next time.
I mean, they're also from the Underhive.
Yeah, but I'm thinking
All the really stupid ones have already died.
I'm thinking next time we get at the battens and I'll throw on the enforcer armor and start throwing around intimidate to make sure they stay in line. Go full on fucking regimental if they want to keep fucking around.
I come up with that.
I think I will be arriving at the end of our rest time, but could I teach them something that they have to all do at the same time? Something like Haka, basically make sure they get teamwork too.
Sure, you can run drills with them to work on their team building abilities. Because again, most of them are kind of loners. Others seem to rely too much on the group, but there's not any trust there really.
They're relying more on numbers than this guy is actually going to keep me company. They're like,
yeah, because what I'll be doing, like the excuse me, and like the rest of the group, is that by teaching everyone to dance and to do the haka together, I can make them closer together and be more capable of relying on one another.
Sure, you can do that.
If nothing else, we have an intimidation tool.
yeah,
Which is why I wrote trade performance.
They don't get what the fuck you're on about, to be honest with you. Liliana, when you go down there and you're like, okay, so you guys need to line up in formation, and they kind of are like, okay, is this a drill? Is this so we're in like, we'll say 6-6, 5. Well, no, we'll say 6, 5, 6, 5. So they're staggered, and they're kind of in their formation, 4 rows, and then you just start going, hey, ho, yo, yo, hi, ho, ho, and they're like, what the fuck? What? But you do it so well that they're like, okay, we get it. So this is like a war cry, a war. Okay, they've never seen anything like what you're trying to get them to do. This would be off-world knowledge that you've acquired, and they're like, oh, okay. So it takes them a couple of hours of, and we'll say that you're doing this in the week that passed. You know, it takes them a couple of hours, but they seem to get it down. I don't know how I'm going to do this. We'll say in a group combat situation, they can do a group intimidate through the hacker. Knowing, by the way, that if they fail, they are in a group, all stood in the open, doing the fucking hacker.
I mean,
if it fails, they are going to be shot down easily.
I mean,
Jim,
mostly-
what did you do?
mostly I just wanted them to teach them teamwork and how to do stuff together if they have to. I know it sounds crazy, but knowing the tempo of the other people that are with you is actually very good. Other than that, I don't remember how much it is for a pack of glow sticks.
5 thrones or a throne? No, a throne. I think it's a throne.
So I'll buy 70 packs of glow sticks then,
70?
and I'll leave them in my 70, and I'll leave them in my room.
Okay, fair enough. They have on the front of the packs.
Have you seen this Arbite?
No. So they have fight for the Emperor, fight for Hive Agua Fria, and a guardsman stood on a photo of a guardsman in the Agua Frian 77th Regalia. And another pack says, fight the enemy, join the guard. Like every pack seems to, and as you like open up your first pack, you actually find that there's a trading card in there. And as you take it out, it's of a famous guardsman from the Aguafrian. Wait, Aguafrian? Aguafrian. Ugh, can't speak today. You see it for like historical generals from their regiments and things of that nature. You would notice. Okay. Well, no. So roll me a Imperial Guard lore if you have it, Liliana.
I don't have that.
Minus 20 to your intelligence, because this would be common. It's common lore, but each world is very, but you've been here for long enough, so.
Can the guardsman, like, if you just showed the guardsman,
I'll give it to you, Liliana, that as you're looking at the, like, say you open up like 2 packs and you take out two different historical guardsmen from this world, it appears as if they're not in the 77th Regalia. They're not. They have kept their original regiments, regimental traditions of the first, the second, the third regiments. But as you look at the commanders, you'll see like the first, 23rd. There's another number attached to it. You don't know this. I don't think you know why that is, but I know Darius would.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna add to my gear then. 70 space Gwent cards.
There you go. If it's spelt wrong, you can. I think you can. Can you guys see the Talon Gang character sheet?
I can see the Raven Guard.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
I didn't edit it then. Okay, so here are your gang members. I'll do it for all. If you want to correct my spelling, by all means, you can. Just don't go adding anything that they don't already have. And don't change the numbers on note. It may look confusing, but that's how I've divided up your gang. Leave me be. So sure, you can teach them the hacker. You can go and get your Munitorum brand cigarettes.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm just gonna be chilling. Whenever I see Tiffany, I'm gonna spend time with her, and I'll be watching both Darius and Ezio teach the troops, so I can learn
Yes.
myself.
Sure. Ezio and Darius. For sure, you two would recognise the Munitorum glow sticks. It was probably something that happened on your worlds when you were going into your founding or joining the guard. The Munitorum do this. They put collectible pictures in cigarettes to get people to collect them. Darius would know that there's a lot of children who collect, or there were a lot of children on his world who used to collect these things and trade them. You two may have traded them in your past lives when you were young, and Darius would definitely know that. Yeah, he's from the first Regiment, 23rd Reinforcement Regiment.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's part of the research.
Yeah, that was something you looked up before and you've looked into before.
Okay. Awesome. Sorry, I'm going through and fucking fixing some stuff here because there's quite a few.
Oh, he's talking about my spelling mistakes. You bastard.
No,
Terrible.
no.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
One of my folders just got filled with something, and I was just like, "What the fuck is this?
So,
This is here."
is there anything that you guys wanted to do in this? It's not downtime, but you don't have any urgent missions at the moment. So you can spend another week and just see how the club goes, see if anything happens within the hive. Or you can go about and do some things. So it's entirely up to you this episode.
At least for Liliana, my main thing before the transmission is that she had no time to do anything. Afterwards, she would teach people that hack, and she'll be looking around for gossip, and if you see if you can find anything to do, any mission or something like that. And she would mention to the people that we still have to go down to the safe house and clear the safe house of all dangers.
You mean the? Oh yeah, the old one, the old place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I
that's a
was actually
safe house.
I was about to bring that up too. Yeah, we should go down there and make sure there's no more fucking twists in there. Cause yeah,
We also
that's
do
what
need
happened last time.
we also need to
Vaguely.
go a bit deeper as well and sort out whatever's in the Underhive.
I don't think we should do that just yet.
It's fine.
It's fine. It can't possibly go wrong.
So, do you want some more information about what's going on? Because you can roll Inquiry Fellowship as you're moving around the hive. Like, if you want, you can roll it whilst you're travelling down to your safe house,
Yeah.
or you can spend a couple of days
Yeah.
just here gathering intel and then go down to your base. It's entirely up to you.
What do you think?
Not
I,
that.
I actually quite like both ideas, to be honest.
It looks like
although we
Liliana needs a
could
bit of
just have-
time. she's going to need a bit of time. She's tried today, and the people are not. They called her a stuck-up bitch. She feels quite
They're not
depressed.
wrong.
Hey, I'm an
I think-
energetic, bubbly little girl. Bouncy girl,
Think-
too. Actually, I'm not little, I'm tall.
Oh my god. Why is she bouncing? Someone make her stop.
It's jiggle
Always
physics.
be-
I love that we said that at the same time. Brilliant.
Oh god, it's like the Twitter feed all over again.
Oh no.
But yeah, if we could always just ask the staff we have here to keep tabs on any info they gather, because this place is going to be open, won't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can just head on down there, do the business, learn what we can on the way, and we'll still have any information that came to us be relayed to us by our staff, basically.
Are we going with the entire group or just?
I think we should, if those fucking vampire things are still down there.
Yeah, let's not get, hit on the head by
I think
vampire
I
things.
I don't want Mordecai to be the only one to drag me out there when I fucking get, pass out again.
Can I
Empire.
also like to inquire?
Listen,
only
when
during
things
the
jump out of
descent?
fucking nothing at you again, it's not good.
If they hit me on the head again,
What did you say?
That too. What?
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 I think Albie started to say something and then stopped.
Think?
Hello.
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 Okay. So can I also inquire during the descent?
Oh yeah, we should do that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just inquiry.
Sure. Yeah. If you all want to just roll one inquiry as you make your way down to your original hideout, you can. I would like each of you to remove. I can't quite remember what it is, but I'm going to call it 50 thrones from now on. 50 thrones will get you access to public transport
Okay.
in the middle hive, elevator access, express elevator access.
Real quick, can I use clues from the crowd to just get the free reroll, just in case?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Just because I don't think we're going to be using it any other time. That's logic.
I need to roll a thing. Brain.
Well, fuck you too, Nuffle.
Catch up.
Nuffle just did not want to give.
Jesus. Jenny,
Wow.
get fucking inquiry.
I have one aptitude. I have other things to spend XP on.
Okay, so as we come back to this map again, it's been a while. Unfortunately, Soon Raccoon, you will have to do some work as we zoom in on the Salty Nipple. I haven't renamed it yet. Of course, it's called the
I have
Raven's
one.
Court.
I have one tiny question. Is the 50 thrones the lag tax, or is the 50 thrones basically a passport?
It's like a bus pass.
Yeah, it's like a bus pass. Every day,
Gotcha.
pretty much. So hives are expensive. You're not meant to travel up and down. So it's going to be 50 thrones a day to get access to the elevators, and you'll get public transport in the middle hive, which will speed up your movement.
This I assume that throughout the time skip I would have enough time to just recharge my last pack, just to top it off.
Sure, you could do that. Let's just remember, I didn't push for anything. So as you guys leave your base, you leave. I think the recording was quite early in the morning, so it's not going. Jesus Christ. So it's gonna take you 23 hours, which we said it was 3 times quicker. It's gonna take you 8 hours? It's 3 times 3 divided by 20.
That's
No,
7 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll call it 8 hours in total.
Okay.
For you to get back to your base, to your original hideout. Whilst you're travelling down, you ask people in the middle hive, you know, what's the scoop, what's going on, how are people feeling, what's, you know, the hive's, what's the scoop, basically. Most of you fail miserably, just going up to the complete wrong person, or just going up to people who are busy going about their day. Jenny almost gets into a fight with someone, and she's just like, what the fuck is going on? But fortunately, Ezio and Mordecai kind of look around, and they see a couple of recaf vendors who aren't selling at the moment. They've, you know, are just about to pick up, well, could they read? Probably not. Well, maybe. They pick up a Hive newspaper and they go over and attempt to get some questions out of them. What would you guys like to know? Because you've each got a decent number of degrees of success. Between 4 and 5 for both of you. No, 3 and 4 for both of you.
Yeah, 3 and 4. Just want to kind of...
Was it general?
Yeah, just general, like, figure out what's going on and, you know, the general feel of how things are down there.
Okay, so the female recaf seller that you're talking to, Mordecai, she just talks about how the Lord Commander just seems like this absolute gentleman. Like, he just seems like the kind of man who would sweep a girl off her feet without having to touch her. You know, just speaking and just how he treats the people and how he puts a lot of thought into his actions and doesn't... Because obviously he's been the stabilising factor in all this. And she seems to have a bit of a crush on him. She seems to have a bit of a... Like, everyone who's come about and been, like, really pissed off, whenever she brings up about how he's fighting their corner, he's looking out for the everyday hiver, they all kind of, you know, yeah, no, we're lucky the Lord Commander's with us. Yeah, no, he's got the right of it. But yeah, when it comes to the planetary governess, everyone just seemed like, from the impression you get from her, everyone in the middle hive just don't like what's happened. They don't like that their guard heritage is being destroyed, basically. But they are all very appreciative of the Lord Commander's efforts. There's still a lot of hostility, though. As people like you stop talking, maybe you buy a cup of recaf, as people come and go, and you can see, just from the general crowd, that there is a lot of hostility within the crowd itself. Ezio, was there any like specific data that you wanted to ask this elderly recaf seller?
I'm thinking, but I can't really come up with anything. So
Okay, so general knowledge.
I would ask if what the legends are of the Underhive. Like if there is anything special in the Underhive or something like that.
What would this... I'm going to have to roll a dice. So you got a 45 for a normal NPC. That's a failure. He tells you a lot of, like... You're not from a hive world, are you, Ezio? You weren't born in a hive.
I'm a Deathholder.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, you're not strictly speaking from a hive. You could be from a hive, but if it's not in your backstory. So he tells you a lot of myths and legends. Some of them sound quite believable. I'm going to tell you now, just to prevent you from doing research, or searching for another ogre, that these are all just hive stories. These are just hive stories. He doesn't know anything about the underhive.
No. There's totally an Ogren in an Underhive, and we have to find it. There's an outstanding bounty.
There is an Ogren and a Rattling duo that go around robbing everything.
Yeah, and Rattling keeps eating all of the loot.
Yes.
Especially
It
last
ate
packs.
the governess's last packs.
Love it.
Those are the rattlings.
Yes.
But you don't. You generally, they just seem like stories and myths. This person's probably never left this, street block. Most hivers don't leave their street block or their habitation block ID. Like Hablock Zeta, for example. So you make your way down. It takes you a long time. You can get a meal on the elevator as you go down, because you have paid for the decent one, the express one. But unfortunately, you do have to change elevators a couple of times, because they don't seem to have an express one to where you're going. A direct express, I should have said. But after 8 hours, you've got down to the level that you were meant to be on. You've trudged your ass all the way along until you see a familiar area. The what seemed to be a communications array outpost, which now is just more mysteries upon mysteries. You don't even know what this place is used for anymore. It's got a fucking hangar in the back of it. I mean, only the Emperor knows at this point. You walk in, and you were met by a couple of servo skulls that seem to be keeping sentry outside of your area, just the in-between area where you burnt those corpses and cooked food on them, and your base. Scanning you, they immediately just let you pass and carry on. They're not the Guardian skulls. They appear to be like an Augur and a Vox.
Okay.
Yeah, you make your way back to your base. Nothing much seems to have changed. I suppose I will take you over to your old base. It's been a while. I can't even remember where it is. Underhive tunnels?
Out of character question to the group. Did we ever talk to our mechanicus friend about
She knows. She knows about the asshole blank.
No. About reverse chamber. The thing Mordecai felt.
Oh, you mean the psychic thing down in the Underhive?
The psychic thing.
We did tell her, but this was a while ago.
Besides, I'm pretty sure if that was ever discussed on a microbeat, she would have known anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she.
Got us wiretapped.
I believe you discussed it, and she cares not for the problems of the Underhive. She's like, Underhive? Can I make money? No.
Question: Are we? Is this like inquisitorial business or like quote unquote gang business?
This at the moment is technically neither. You did find that there was something weird going on in the Underhive. It's not got anything to do with your mission.
You know what? Just to be on the safe side, Jenny would be wearing like our gang colors instead of her usual robes.
Sure, you can do that.
So I'm just gonna replace the coat I have currently on with gang leathers. I don't remember what was the coverage on them. I think they're 1 to torso and legs, I want to say.
1 to arms, body, legs, torso, but it is primitive.
Yeah, okay.
I forgot to actually specify that, but my carapace in the bag, so I'm just gonna bring the helmet. I got the great coat and the helmet, and that's fine.
I'm just wearing regular clothes. If we had time to change it in the elevator, I would have changed from my, medium hive clothes to my lower hive clothes, because I'm always wearing the mesh armor. Because
Sure.
it's basically invisible.
Yeah,
you-
mesh is very concealable.
You don't really... Well, let me see. I don't think there's an elevator down to this level exactly. You have to walk down a number of levels. So yeah, you could have got changed into your outfit, into your costumes, clothes, whatever you want to call them. You would notice. I'm going to say that you just graze upon the old poison kisses. You're close to Dodgy Dave's, but you're not. You've gone in the wrong direction. But you can see there are some Poison Kiss members just checking over the areas just underneath their old territory. They seem to be maybe scouting, but you don't know any of them, Liliana. This seems to be a different group. Well, most of the ones you know are dead, so... Yeah.
True. I mean,
All my friends are dead.
if we are approached by them in any way, I'll just be cordial to them. And I don't know if I know any code words from the Poison Kiss. My time spent with Tiffany on that, but
You'd know a
I'll
bit of
just be
their
quiet.
You'd know a bit of their slang.
yeah, I'll just use a bit of the slang to basically know that I'm
But
a friend.
they seem to be... They're like on a mission. You can see them. They're not in the distance. If you wanted to shout out and go and introduce yourself, you could. But otherwise, they kind of like just look round, notice you guys, but see that you're clearly not Acid Riot, so they carry on with their search and destroy or scouting mission, whatever they're doing.
I will not approach them. I will only talk to them if they approach me.
So sure,
I'm not here to talk to them.
you make it back to your base. There are a number of Guardian Skulls that are patrolling the area. You get back into your actual base area and you go and check things out. It fucking stinks in here. Absolutely fucking reeks. This is a horrendous smell. And then you realise that you never did get rid of that corpse that was on the table.
Oh, yeah. Respirator goes on.
Did you
I'm
ever
not dealing
someone
with it.
there?
I didn't
Gas
probably
mask
tell
on.
them.
A
I also
mouldering,
put on my
festering
gas
corpse.
mask.
Gas mask on, I just ask. Should we burn it? It might smell less.
Are there any servitors around?
Not in your area.
Actually-
I believe you asked for there not to be any servitors in your area. But you can call one. You can call her up.
I'll just look at the group and say, there, ask a servitor, take it out, burn it somewhere, or burn it and dump it somewhere.
Why
Doesn't
did
really
we
matter.
even leave this here?
Well, someone
Doesn't
did
fucking
an
dump.
autopsy and forgot to, dump the body.
Yeah. We forgot. Seems like a few months ago, doesn't it?
I mean, I think it was a couple of days at most.
Yeah.
Weeks maybe, but not
Damn,
months.
we slow.
It's been almost a month, you crazy people. In this time, we not only left this place, we fought and killed a bunch of acid riot. We had to deal with a goddamn riot in the lower hive. We went upstairs, we got ourselves a new place, and we've been up there for 2 weeks.
To be fair, my
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
my view of
I forgot
time,
about the riot
the
thing.
passage of time has been a little bit skewed. I've been hit on the head a lot. Things that were yesterday seem months ago, and things that were months ago seem yesterday.
Yeah, it's been at least a month, boys and girl. Oh no, I say we get rid of him, clean at least this part of the place up, and then we go deal with the, you know what.
Sounds like a plan.
I'll let you guys do that while I attach my stab light to my shotgun.
Okay, you guys can spend some time cleaning this place up. A monotask cleaning servitor comes over to collect the corpse. As it goes to pick up the corpse just falls apart, just slopping everywhere. Like what looked solid is now just dripping down the servitor's arms. It disappears and comes back with a empty, like an oil drum basically, and just starts scraping the goop into the oil drum. Like gets it off and scrapes the stuff off its arms and seals it up. Picks the tank up and takes it off somewhere.
Would that have triggered the salvation auger?
Would what have triggered the auger?
The fumes and stuff coming off a rotting corpse.
With
clean
one
up a smell,
corpse,
but-
with one corpse in an area this size, it probably wouldn't.
Yeah, maybe not. No. Okay, that's fair.
Like, it wouldn't surprise me if an auger could detect a build-up of gases coming from the air and, you know, finding the direction that it's most intense at, but not to lethal levels, not at the moment. But not from this one. So again, 8 hours have passed, so you clean up the place another couple of hours. Do you want to stay here the night, or do you want to move straight on? Oh, sorry, did you want you wanted to check out the hangar, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going
Okay.
to do the thing.
So you, after cleaning up and getting everyone ready, Darius and Mordecai, you show the group to the way that you went, which is down into the vents, and then crawling your way to the ship hangar. I imagine Darius is probably, well, maybe Mordecai is leading, and Darius has just got his shotgun and the flashlight over Mordecai's shoulder, dangerously close to his ear, but hey ho.
Please don't shoot me in the head with that thing.
Nope.
Can I get perception rolls from everyone who's going to the ruined hangar?
Sure.
Alright.
Can I roll
Perception.
Psyniscience as well?
Sure.
Is that awareness?
It's awareness, yeah.
So yeah, awareness.
Well, my rolls are trash today.
Wow. Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Uncle. I'm getting my color.
Oh dear.
Okay, so far I have not succeeded any of my rolls, so this is a good start.
So far I have succeeded all of them. Now I have changed
So-
it.
As you're
Stop
crawling down through the ducts, it's a tight squeeze with you all in, and it's even more difficult to hear what's going on with all of you in there, breathing and clanging around. But as you get closer to where the entrance is, there's a bit of trepidation, and some of you slow down, especially Darius and Mordecai, because they know what could be around here. You slow down, and Ezio, there's just enough time between everyone slowing down, they're catching their breath, and you don't hear anything. There's no scrapes and no noises coming from up above, and as you all crawl forwards a bit more, you know, you let the team know. I think there was just one hole that led down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as you kind of crawl along, you know, maybe I'd probably say there's enough room for two of you to stand up in the hole, so you're not, you know, one at a time popping out. as two of you slowly pop out, again, Mordecai and Darius, because they're at the front, Darius shining his flashlight quickly into the furthest reaches of this area. It's a vast hangar-like area. You hold your breath and peer into the darkness that you illuminate with your... But you don't... No. There doesn't appear to be anything in here. After you all clamber on out of the vents, Darius keeping an eye into the darkness whilst Mordecai helps the rest of you out. You can all roll perception if you want, awareness if you want, or you can make your way over to where the other hole is.
I'll roll. Hey, at least I make something.
Hey, I made it this time.
I'll go stay at the front, and I'll also look around.
So again, as you look round, it appears as if the place is empty. For those of you who succeeded in your rolls, which is Darius, Mordecai, and Liliana, well, this would make more sense for Mordecai and Darius. As you look at the other hole, there are new marks, new cuts in the metal. But there's nothing here. Liliana, you would notice that basically there's a couple of cuts that are glinting in the darkness as your stab light or your whatever torch you've got goes over it. There's just a glint where you can see that there's new cut, like so if you imagine this is a grated floor that you're looking at the moment, it looks as if something's blade, claw, or maybe a cutting device has just cut through one of the slats in the grate. Darius and Mordecai see these cuts closer to the big hole that leads out somewhere else.
There's more than one of them. Great.
Oh, great. Check the shadows. That's where they were lurking last time. Or it was lurking last time.
I do have dark vision because of my contacts, so I'm looking around quite carefully, and I'll just say, "Oh, what I remember, these fuckers were weird as shit, and they almost killed you two."
Yep.
Lovely. I'll take out my shield. Kiss it and say,
Seem to.
"Come on, let's check this out."
They also seem to regenerate. I say as I get out my shield.
Can I go check out the big fucking door we saw last time?
Sure. As the rest of the group, well, some of them gather around the hole, getting weapons ready and getting defences put in place. You walk round the wall and go and check out the blast door, hangar door. It's a massive fucking door. It looks really rusty. There is a console there with a blinking light, a red blinking light on the console.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to it and try and make sense of it this time because I don't think I got it last time. Or did I?
No.
Okay. So yeah, I'll head.
So if you roll me tech use on the console to try and figure out what this console means, if there any writing above it, is there any, Jenny is with you, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a look at it, shout for Jenny, but still, give it a good old college try.
Darius, as you call over to Jenny, you're kind of wiping the dust off, and you're trying to read the labels that it says, and there's a blinking red light there, and that wouldn't keep blinking. Maybe it's a button. You go to push it, and you feel it give a little as you quickly move your finger off. It's not a button. Let's not touch that again. Jenny, as you look upon the console, it's really, really old. Give me if you want to do a knowledge, tech knowledge roll, you can, or you can give me a tech use. You can technically do both of them.
I don't have any specific, like, lore technology, so I'm just gonna do the tech use.
Okay, so as you look where Darius has brushed off the dust, the Proto-Gothic that this language was written in is undecipherable to you. You can't figure out, is this a different language? Are you sure this is Imperial? But then it's like it's got the Imperial alphabet, except from some weird extra letters that you're like, that's not Imperial alphabet. It's not Mechanicus either. I don't know. You decide, right, let's just open the panel up. If it's technology, I should be able to understand it. Opening the panel up, and it very much so. This is definitely a standard template construct of a hangar door control. It's a little bit odd, because you're like, are we on the out? Are we close to the wall? I didn't think we were close to the wall. But it is definitely a hangar control.
We shouldn't be close to a wall.
Jenny, you have a couple of options here. It seems that there is power. If you want, you can try and open the hangar bay door. You're not sure what will happen. If you do, you know obviously that a door's going to open, possibly. Or you can actually salvage this console. These components are extremely old. They would be useful. They may have some value to them. But you wouldn't be able to use the controls afterwards.
I would bring it up to... Well, it appears I can either open this door, or I can salvage the components. The console wouldn't work, but these are quite valuable.
How adventurous are we feeling today?
Can we close the door after we open it? And can we open the door in any other way without the console?
Without the console, no, I don't believe so. I should be able to close it after. The question is, where does it lead? I mean, we're not I don't think we are close to the hive wall, and yet there's a hangar door here.
Are there... I mean, enchanted question. Are there fly passages in a hive?
So some hives do have edifices large enough for anti-gravitic vehicles. Some are big enough to where you would have much like where you landed on this world, they have star ports or hangars built into the side of the hive, so they're a shuttle access. In this hive, you haven't seen space big enough for anti-gravitic vehicles. Not really. I suppose you could have had one in the Arbites area, but it kind of goes off into a wall. Everything's in this hive is walled off, sectioned off. So not this hive. You have no idea why. No, you're not sure.
Wait, we found anti-gravitic what?
Anti-gravitic technology.
The door's anti-gravitic?
No,
or
no, no,
is
no.
it something-
No.
No, some hives still
asked.
have anti-gravitic vehicles, so they can transport things up. Like some hives are in massive domes, and the actual structure within the hive doesn't reach the dome. So it's a city, almost a city within a dome. So they can fly around and deliver things through air transport.
Okay.
This hive is very much not. The outside environment was not so polluted that it will kill you outright. They don't have air access. Everything's built on as needed. It's a lot like Lego, basically. And each massive Lego block that gets attached is its own miniature city.
It's pretty neat.
It's an ugly ass hive. It's hideous.
Um,
It's not like
But it works.
yeah.
I want to look. I want to look around this place because these doors are closed, right?
Yes, they are closed.
Are there any visible holes to the outside we can see? Because those creatures have to have come.
Yes,
somewhere.
there's a ventilation that leads from your area into this area, but that's a closed ventilation. And then in the other half of the hangar, because the hangar's divided into two separate hangar bays, there's another hole that leads down into another ventilation system, but the two don't connect. Your two ventilation systems don't seem to connect in that hangar. And everywhere else, there were objects to stop you from getting through. So Sarah's had reactivated some of the laser defences in your area, in the ventilation system. But this side didn't have any. It was already destroyed.
Okay.
Okay.
So, did we open the door or are we salvaging the panel? I think I
I
left.
say we open it.
First of all, I'm gonna look at Jenny and just see what she does, because if I don't know what she will think about salvaging this thing.
I mean, I'm curious what's on the other side.
We'll take a deep sigh. She'll look at everyone and say, "If we
I'm
are
not
opening
sure
this,
if it's worth an explosive decompression, but this time has atmosphere, right?
Huh.
Right?
Lilian's just gonna look around. Is there a room we can stay and watch this open?"
Can we go after some pipes where we can hold on to?
That wouldn't help in the event of an explosive decompression.
Actually, no. This planet does have atmosphere here, right?
Does
Yeah.
have atmosphere, yes. We're
So-
we're currently breathing it. Well, apart from the fact that we're in a rebreather, but still.
Then just go like, "Hey,
Well, no, the inside has atmosphere. I don't know if outside has. Like, this is.
Yeah,
South-
you
I
you
don't
you
believe
had
this is
data. You had data on the hive world. You know that it has a breathable atmosphere. It is dangerous in that if you live out there, you'll die of cancers and all sorts of horrible shit. But it is still breathable. They can still use it. The red line is the door that will possibly be opened. This hole here that I'm pinging now is the one that you came through. So that's the one. That's the exit to this place, basically. And the one at the top of the map that's still covered in darkness is the one where the creatures possibly came through. And Jenny, your console is in the corner here.
Okay.
And if you want to add your servo skulls, you can add your servo skulls to this map. Well, except from Owen.
I'm gonna have my server skull watching over the hole.
Alright. I'm gonna back up a little. I'll get the shotgun ready and everything. The big judge shotgun, by the way. Not the judge shotgun, but the persecutor riot gun.
Persecutor?
Yes.
Liliana's gonna take a deep breath. She's gonna fix tightly the gas mask in her face, and she's like, Oh, we're gonna pop this cherry. Pop the cherry.
Okay, rebreather on, and let's open that door.
As the doors open, I believe Tiffany already did that. So
So, as you look down at the control console, Jenny, are you very, I forget what the bloody word is now. Do you believe in the Omnisire? Are there rites and rituals being performed?
Yes.
Well then, as the rite of reawakening is performed, the chant of activation spoken. Hector assists in this by doing the chant as well, hovering round you in a cog-like formation. The flashing red light turns green, and the door sparks begin to fly as rust is ripped off. The door slowly, it almost just opens quite quickly to begin with, and then just stops, and you hear the servos lifting in the door mechanism, struggling against the rust and decay that has built up around the mechanism. There's this horrible grinding, grating noise, Jenny, that just eats into your very servos themselves, if you had any, which you don't. The door just continues to make this horrible, horrible noise. And then fails, as you did not respond. The mechanisms within the door break.
What's going on?
What?
I left a silence for any... Oh, I quickly stopped the door mechanism. No, the door mechanism is now broken, as it is slidden
Why
up,
would I be
scraping
why would
off
I be stopping the, I don't understand.
as
would I be
the
stopping the door?
screeching continues. The door mechanism is...
What's going on? Why would I be stopping the door?
Because there's a horrible grinding, screeching, crunching, grinding sound. Have you ever heard any machinery that you should enjoy listening to that kind of? No, that's bad noises. Bad noises. The door opens, and as it gets to head height, can all of you, I believe, let me just double check.
Does it break and slim down, or does it break and stay standing?
It breaks and stays standing, half raised at head height. Everyone who doesn't have jaded, no, sorry, I can't remember if Fear 1 is stopped by jaded. I don't think it is.
Jaded is just
mundane
fear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call this thing mundane for its purpose of, it's a Dracula-esque monster. Is that mundane?
Oh god, not again. Not again.
Yay.
I can't remember if I passed it last time because I'm jaded or just because I have high willpower.
I don't remember.
Okay,
Because you
so
failed it, Darius.
for Darius and Mordecai, you each get a +10 for seeing this creature before. Only you two, because this creature is alive now. So remember your +10s. Everyone else will be rolling me a fear test, which is willpower. If you have resistance to fear, you may apply it. If you have jaded, you may apply another +10. So, for Darius and Mordecai, that's a possible 30 plus. For most of you, that should be 10 to 20 plus.
I'm gonna re-roll that because fuck you, game, and you're
I'm re-rolling.
I'm re-rolling.
Wow.
I'm
There
not
we go,
gonna-
you piece of
I
shit.
failed by a slide.
What? Why? Why are my dice so terrible?
There we go. I pass very much.
Oh boy.
Thank you.
Okay, so as
Hold up. Sorry, this is gonna be for you, so it doesn't flood the chat.
as you
Look at those rolls. They're all shitty. What the fuck?
as the door grinds to a halt, sparks fly from the console. There's a horrible burning smell. You see what can only really be described best as the scene from Will Smith's Apocalypse movie, which I forget the name of now. Bollocks.
I Am Legend?
I Am Legend, yes. Where he goes into the factory and walks in and shines his light, and there's just hundreds of these creatures, these mouth breathers, just huddled in a corner. But this is worse. The noise has alerted them. They have all looked in your direction, and as the light has come in, some of them have sprinted forwards. These three are the ones that have set you off as the door opens to head height, and they are there at the door.
How many of them are there?
There's hundreds in there.
Oh shit.
Jenny, you better fix that fucking door.
I'm not sure I can. I'm pretty sure I can't fix that.
Everyone,
You
please
better-
roll me willpower. Roll me initiative, rather.
Where do I have to roll though? So I'm getting out the flamer. Is that a good idea,
Oh
guys?
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. What
These
do you
aren't
have-
civilians. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure this is a fight we can strictly win.
Ah, we fine. Flamer. Oh. Wait.
Joe, you should also add you should click agility instead of custom.
Yeah, why are you rolling
Yeah.
custom?
I mean, he still rolled one both times.
Impressive.
Wow.
Never
Wait,
shall
should have
be
Jenny, your
unfair.
agility bonus is fucking 1?
No, my agility
Wait,
bonus
is it not
4.
doing the...
No,
You
no,
can do it
Jenny's.
right for Jenny.
Oh, for fuck's sake, why does it keep breaking? It should be... Because I rolled a...
These are D&D ghouls. What the fuck? We're not in 5th edition.
So I should be on 5. I don't know why mine doesn't add my agility.
Yes, sometimes it does that. It could be a real pain in the ass.
I think it's just the way
And
the...
I'm just not gonna bother rolling for Hector because he works in my initiative anyway.
Sure.
Did
we
you
can do
click
that.
on your character when you did it?
I did.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So, essentially the surprise round of them getting up to the door, like just stood there, rapidly it's hard to describe. They're breathing and going up and down, but they're very laboured, deep breaths, and their entire body seems to shake, almost with anticipation, it seems. So, Darius, you are up first.
Not the whole hive.
Oh wait, real quick, do you remember if it's 1d10 plus 4 for the Persecutor shotgun damage wise?
1d10 plus 4, I believe that was correct. Let me check the Arbite. Technically they are loyalists still, which is kind of odd, but at one point... Oh, hang on. No, not Enforcer. Arbite. But for some weird reason... Yeah, 1d10 plus 4. I've kept them as...
6 with melee shot.
Yes, it is.
Alright. With a smirk, just muttering to myself, I'm ready this time, you ugly twist fuck, and burst firing into this one.
So, did anyone fail their willpower tests?
I did.
I did.
I did. I rolled poorly twice.
Okay, can I get a 1d100 plus 30 for Jim?
Is it 30 for me? Because I re-rolled. So
Oh,
it's
sorry, have
78.
you got... Oh, there, okay. No, you got better on the second roll. So, yeah, 1d100 plus 10. For Jenny, a 1d100 plus 10. For Ezio, a 1d100 plus 30.
Not too bad.
A 77.
That's bad if I remember rightly.
I think
And
you
now
can
I
find
roll a
out
3.
last time. Wow, Ezio, holy sh! I think that's like you have a half action, Liliana. I think you're I don't remember off the top of my head. I just gotta stop trying.
Oh, where's Fear again?
287.
Thank you very much.
I don't have the books open to the right fucking pages.
Which page again?
Oh,
87.
yeah,
100
288
and
on
what?
the
287.
288 if you're typing on the PDF thingy.
Okay, so Ezio, you have a half action this turn, but then after that you were not affected otherwise.
Okay.
I'm terrorized.
Liliana, for your 30...
Minus 10 to everything until you get a snap out of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Make another
for
hard test.
Jenny at 70, you are frozen in fear.
I can't do anything until I snap out.
Yep.
So you get a
After
snap
that,
out
You
test.
have minus 10 to all penalties for the rest of the encounter.
Ooh,
That's oh fuck.
Yes.
that's painful.
So here is a home rule that we put in. If you have command, you can use command, and I believe if you succeed, you can use your willpower bonus. Was it fellowship? I think it's willpower actually. Degrees. Sorry, your willpower bonus to snap that number of people out of fear and to get rid of their minus 10 penalties.
Oh, okay.
If you had a commander within your group, that's what you'd use command for within your. Just try and nullify how OP fear can be. It works quite well to have someone in the group, or lots of people in the group who can command each other out of fear and their negatives.
I will be grabbing command.
So who will be the professional bitch slapper?
I actually have
Very
command.
I don't have fellowship nor leadership, so this is gonna be expensive.
Yeah, no, unfortunately. I'll use a fate point. Fuck it.
Okay, if you fail, man. I think we're pretty much all of us fine except for Jenny. So if you do have to do something, do it for Jenny.
Right, no, I can't use the fate point. I take it that's a full action, this?
Yeah.
So I'm not shooting this turn. Okay.
Yeah, for command on that, for that use, it's full action.
Okay.
So, the creature. It is going to... How far can it...
It's 10 meters. It's definitely in range. If anything.
Let me just check their movement. I think they've got an unbelievably high movement. As far yes, 15 is their charge.
Yeah. Even at 3, even if the 3 half move, they're yeah. They can get me in another one. Okay.
So he gets to make an attack. This one, I need to remember, does not have a cleaver. Oh, hang on. I remember why these things were so deadly now. I've just remembered. They all have cleavers. Don't know where they're getting these cleavers from, but somehow they all have them. Don't question it.
I mean, they can be just screwed cleavers.
Yeah.
Oh, they are. They're terrible. Oh my god, it missed by 1.
Choppers.
It missed by 1.
Local dodge tentacle.
No, I'm just quite glad it missed. Mordecai,
I'm gonna pull out my flamer. I'm gonna flame someone.
You can already have your flamer out. If any weapons that you would have had drawn in preparation, you didn't just go, okay, hit the button and open it. So
Yeah. I think I could probably get both of them with the flay of the sprayer, the spray of the flamer. But yeah. So I'm gonna try and flame them, and hopefully not explode.
Ooh. This I don't actually have the stats for the shotgun, but
Okay.
I
Oh, who's them? I think it's a
thank you.
1d5.
It's a shockingly nice butt, though.
Didn't you just say it was the same as a shock maul?
No,
Or is
I
that
think it's
me?
it's 2d5 kh1 plus 3.
Right.
And it has the
Okay.
shocking quality and impact.
Type impact. No pen.
No pen. So what was your damage rolls, please, sir?
Is it just one damage roll I need to make, or multiple?
Yeah,
Just
just one.
11 pen 2.
Not bad,
Ooh.
not bad. So they each get a dodge, and then
I got one of them.
you got one of them, and the other one gets to do an agility test to see if he gets set on, if he catches a light. So the one that got set on fire is on fire. He is not just burnt; he is getting crispy. Oh no! Come here so I can click on your token. Oh, I can't even find it.
Stick for the stick throne.
Where is it? Where's fire?
It's 1d10 at the end of their turn.
God ignores armor.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
Where is it? There it is.
I should have this bookmarked because of how often it comes up with me, but
I think he was about there. I'm going to say he was about there. So, sure, you set him on fire. He removes that much from there. Okay, no, it's a good hit. It's a good hit.
yeah. Also suffers 1 level of fatigue and each round until it's extinguished. Which is
Actually, for these things, that might be relevant. So I will actually mark that down on it. It's got 1 fatigue.
Okay.
Because these things...
Explode will make a fatigue 3 or something.
Well, oh, I closed the sheet. The problem is with those things is they regenerate. So technically, with a load of bad rolls, they can actually last a decent amount of time. Plus, there's 100 of them. There's a lot.
True.
Ezio.
That's a lot of XP, guys. A lot of XP.
Why do you think I got the flamer?
Can you
Oh.
stack half aims?
So you can do a full aim over 2 turns. So you could technically fire a shot and then aim. And then next turn, aim
No,
and
but
shoot.
I only have a half action right now, so I was thinking of doing a half action right now. And then stack it with the next half aim of the
Yeah, you can do
next
that.
turn.
You need to pick a target though. If you're aiming at someone, if they die in between your turn, then it breaks your aim.
Yeah. Also, is Shenny broken free from the willpower?
No, no one has.
Not yet.
Command would be a full action, I suppose.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, Shenny. No, this dude. This one isn't on fire, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Then I aim at this dude.
Sure. Jenny, can I get a willpower test? I believe it's flat. I'm pretty sure it's flat.
Yes.
Hey!
So you snap out of it as the smell of burning electrics just snaps you out of it, and you quickly go into Mechanicus mode and look down at the console. I will give you a free awareness check, a half action, to look at the console.
Nope.
But Nuffle doesn't care. Nuffle's like, nah, fuck your shit.
That. I'm gonna have plenty of fate. Better, still not good enough.
I'll give it to you because it's an easy... For a Mechanicus, it's fairly easy to see. And I'm not going to give you the full details. Some electrics... Because you've got the...
Oh shit, you're back.
Because you've got the... you opened up the console to be able to look at it and see what was going on in there. So you can see where sparks have been and where there's been electrical burnout. It doesn't look catastrophic. It smells catastrophic, but it doesn't look... You might be able to salvage something.
So what you're telling me is I can potentially Be right back, I'm getting phone called.
Basically, yes. Cool. So Jenny stares at the machine. As it's Liliana's turn.
I have to ask, is it a half action to snap out of it? Is it a free action to snap out
It's
of
a
it?
full action to snap out of it. I would give players a half action if it's related to, you know, like Jenny, I used the electric smoke to snap her out so she could look down to do an attack. No, you couldn't do that. But you could, like, look at something.
Because I'm currently only taking -10 to everything I do. Does that
Yep.
include willpower?
Yes. It wouldn't include it to snap out. I wouldn't put the negative to snap out.
Do I
no.
still get the bonus from Jaded, or no? Because
No, you don't. No, for the snap out, it's a separate roll that doesn't have anything applied to it.
Jesus Christ, I'm going to fate this. Fuck that. Much better.
There you go, natural 8. Yep, use your luck. So
Liliana-
you.
Liliana's gonna go wide-eyed as soon as she sees the creatures.
Let me just double check. Was yours just that you had a -10 to your actions, or were you actually paralyzed in fear?
Just a -10 to all my actions.
Okay, you won't be able to snap. You won't be able to get rid of that.
It says you can snap out of it.
Yeah, it says I can snap out of it and
Summon
remove the
-10 to all
-10.
tests.
I apologise.
For the
I
rest of
didn't
the
see that.
encounter, unless he can recover his wits, snap out of it.
I did not see that.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
It's the one
Yeah.
below it that you can't approach the fear, and you have -10 to the end of the encounter, and you can't snap out of it.
Aha.
But I'm good. Liliana's gonna start taking a step backwards, and her hands are gonna be trembling a little bit, and her eyes are going to be wide. Then she's just gonna tap her foot on the ground 3 times, still herself, and just ready for whatever comes.
Cool.
That's my turn. Because I've dealt with far worse things. I got this.
Cool. Oh, hang on. Let me make sure it's actually on squares. Cool.
So this
Because it charges.
For my information, I can hotwire that maybe.
Yeah, you think that it's not as bad as it sounds. You might be able to do something with the console. I wasn't going to put 100 enemies in front of you without giving you some sort of... well, Nuffle can still fuck you.
And essentially doom the the hive.
You could.
Oh, yes, bad.
I don't think we can run.
So you could get away. Well, no, you couldn't actually. You can't. You genuinely can't. They have too much movement. I just remembered.
Yeah, they move quite fast.
Oh, natural 3.
I mean, I said we could run.
Oh
At
dear.
me?
Yeah, Liliana, at you. You do have a plus
Ah,
15
great.
if you use your shield to parry.
I will be trying to parry. So plus 15. Bloop. Nope, he hits me.
Ooh. Oh no.
Please be on the chest or on my left arm. That's a 30. Or is that a 03? That's 11
It's a
damage.
30. That's in the head. No, it's a
No,
30, isn't it? It goes so it would go
Is
to the
that
chest.
on the chest?
Yes, to the chest. It
Actually,
is
it's
also
left
Nope.
arm because
Left
20
arm.
to 30 is left arm. You know what happens? I'm just gonna, even though I missed the parry, he's gonna hit my shield and nothing's gonna happen.
okay. That's also primitive.
Liliana's gonna smile.
That's also primitive. Just to
Oh. How does primitive work in this game? I don't know.
I think
I forgot.
Primitive
Damage
weapons.
against
Crit-
Your armor is ×2, I believe.
You double your armor.
Double.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh no, no.
so they're not getting through.
Hang on. Let me think. Is
So
it double
primitive
armor?
Armor is half versus non-primitive weapons. Is that, am I
Yes.
getting that correctly?
Yes,
I-
I believe that's correct. Sorry, Discord's having a moment for me.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
hearing it.
One
I'm gonna
moment.
try to reconnect.
Sorry about this. Having a moment with Discord. Ah, beautiful. Just have to inform everyone. You know, Discord is shitting itself as usual. So yes, I believe if you have a non-primitive weapon go up against primitive armor, you half the armor class of the primitive armor.
But if you have primitive weapon versus non-primitive armor, it
Doubles.
essentially doubles.
Yeah.
And if you use primitive weapon versus primitive
Oh.
armor, it's just face value.
Oh, that makes me so happy then. Because
Is
this is gonna be so nice for me.
Jim, you do need to remember your shield is primitive. Is it?
Is my ship primitive? I don't
Yeah.
think it is because
I thought
wasn't
we-
it mono or whatever it was to
Yeah, I
not be
thought-
primitive?
Did you mono it? Okay, I've if you monoed it, essentially it's got a veneer of plasteel.
What I mean is, if I double my armor, it's gonna be fun.
It has worse
Because I
attacks.
have-
Don't worry, it has worse attacks.
I have 4 points of toughness and 5 armor
so
everywhere.
the one that's
Oh,
on
7,
fire,
So
it needs to do a willpower test to be able to do anything. I believe it's flat. But even if it wasn't flat, it succeeds. It has its actions. It charges the one that set it on fire, basically.
Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no.
this. Before I do this, are all their attacks primitive?
You'll find
No,
out when they attack.
no, not actually.
That's-
I need to check on a rule. I need to check on a rule about that, to be honest with you. There's one that I'm not sure about if it would be. It also hits you, Mordecai. You'd like to parry?
I would. So I got my shield, so it's a plus 15 from the shield, isn't it?
Yes, that's correct. I believe deadly natural weapons don't count as primitive.
No, they're not primitive.
No, they're not.
Ah, they're not then. Yeah, they don't have. They have a weapon that's not.
Dangerous.
Oh no.
Do you
it's not
want
a
to
crit
parry?
fail. I mean, I tried to and I failed.
Oh,
so-
sorry. Yes. Do you want to use a fortune point to reroll? That's what I was meant to say.
No, I'm okay.
Ah,
would just
mother!
like to-
What is this? What is this?
You rolled a 2.
Does
Hey.
nothing.
This is comrade from Russia.
That's
Hey!
pathetic.
That's not Conrad from Russia, that's Italian, hey?
Hey,
I'm not a-
It's
I'm not
Italiano,
Mexican.
come vedete?
We still need to get a Luigi.
We do need Luigi.
Devastating.
You do need a Luigi.
Do you want Beethoven to do anything?
Is Beethoven's done?
A grand
I would like
symphony
to have
begins
it
to
watch
play.
my back.
Sure, it can watch your back and alert you if anything comes from behind. I mean, yeah, it can let you know. Although it goes after you, so... Darius, you're up. Because we're on a new round.
Yep. I'm gonna smack a bitch with the shotgun butt. Half-him. Standard attack. No, one. Does a hit to the leg. One of the legs.
Okay, it will dodge. It does.
You little bitch.
It is successful. So, the creature's turn. It does not gain any health back because it's at full. Fair enough, fair enough. It is going to cleave again. Yes, let's cleave again. This time you can aim. Hang on. Unbalanced weapons, can they be aimed with? I don't think they can. No, unbalanced can't be parried. Yeah, they can't parry. That's why these things dodge. Cool. So it will aim.
Wait. No, unbalanced means they have a -10 to parry. It's unwieldy that you can't parry.
Right, yep. I always get those two mixed up.
Dodging. I'm not dodging. Okay.
And damage comes forth to the 26, which is the left arm.
Yep, left arm. Okay. Actually does no damage. That's just my threshold and no more. Thank you, Flat Coat.
As it just chings off. Remember, flak is non-primitive.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, so yeah, never mind then.
You've got a little bit more wiggle room in there.
Yeah, I added to my conditions my armor against primitive attacks, so I can keep a mental note. So
Yep,
this is gonna be fun.
I did it for Magnus's movement in power armor. I had it written down in movement power armor because it pluses 1. Mordecai, you're up.
Yeah. So he's in close combat with me at the moment, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
So I'm going to drop the flamer and half action draw my sword, and then I'm gonna half action, because it is a half action, I'm just gonna try and blow him up with spontaneous combustion.
Sure. Doesn't he gets an agility test to avoid this, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he still gets an evasion saving throw. That went very D&D, but he still gets to dodge.
It's basically the same thing.
But so do that. Plus 10. Any negative modifiers down here?
Not in this area, no.
Okay. It's not doubles.
And it does go off. So, just to recap me, is it the same as a flamer, where it gets a dodge and an agility, or is it just a dodge? Well, it's an attack.
It's the same as, basically it's the same as a flamer, so he has to dodge the attack, and then if he takes damage, he has to agility the flame.
Agility the flame, which he's already on flat fire, so...
Yeah.
He does dodge, unfortunately.
Son of a bitch!
Unfortunately. Ezio, the one that you were aimed at is now in combat with Liliana. But that doesn't matter to you because you have the skills to override it. So you get a plus 20 to your next shot.
I do a half aim and standard shot with my stat holder. You
can put it to a full aim, because I think one of the options is a full aim, where it'll add plus 20.
Yes, 2 times a half aim is...
You've already paired a half aim with a half aim. That's a full aim.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was an option. Like when you... Yeah, so just click on full aim, plus 20, and have at it, sir.
I will need to check the range. It's within short range.
Yeah, it should be within short range. Even the stat holder.
Yeah, that's 100.
Attack. It doesn't have any modifiers, so I'll just check.
Doesn't have any for you because you've got skills.
No. Cool. Acceptable.
So you hit the creature. He has already dodged Liliana's. No, hang on. Have you hit?
No.
Did you? No, you.
I haven't attacked it yet.
You haven't attacked it yet, so it does have a dodge.
I snapped out of it, and then he try to hit me.
But he fails, so Ezio, please roll me damage as you hit it in the 15. So the left arm. Oh, actually, no. In the 15? Yeah, left arm. Right arm, actually.
Right on.
So with the power of Sigmar, whoever Sigmar is, you strike for 12 damage.
Sigmar, Heresy.
You strike for 12 damage. No pen, so let me have a look. Has this one been hurt? It has not. So a decent sized hole appears in the creature's arm. It hisses and yelps and makes some pretty funky noises, but it is still up. Jenny.
At least I can do damage this combat.
You can. Jenny.
Yes, I'm gonna attempt to hotwire this shit.
Give me a -20 tech use.
Okay. I need to check. Did I ever actually get that combi tool? No, I did not.
Okay. So as you look at the team fighting, you bend down and quickly begin moving wires and taking parts out. You don't really have time to do the proper litanies, so you make do with just appeasing the machine spirit as you go. You're able to get the burnt out servos removed and then take the wire from those burnt out parts that's still good and apply it to completely bypass the burnt out section completely, and you hit the button. At the moment, nothing happens. At the moment.
Casually fixing mistakes that almost certainly doomed the hive.
Liliana, you were up.
It's been so long since I last was able to do this. So I'm going to cast Lovely Smite on this dude. Oh, cast Might. So I use 2 modifiers. I have to check because I forgot how to do this. Plus 10 because of my thingamajig. And I rolled a 43. And since this is semi-auto and it's psi rating 2, I hit it twice, I think. So he hasn't dodged this one.
He did actually try and dodge just a moment ago, but Ezio shot him anyway, so roll your damage.
Bloop. And, 1 to 10. I forgot the damage for this. Sorry. Hold up. Been so long since I last cast it.
1d10 plus your psi rating, isn't it? Psi rating that you're casting at.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure it is for Smite. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, 1d10 plus psi rating. Yeah, it is. So it's 1d10 plus 2. So, boop. Penetration is 4. Boop. So first one, 1d10 plus 2, 4. Bloop. Second one, 22. Oh, 21, 10, 4.
Okay, so he takes. Oh, I'm in the wrong layer, motherfucker. Right layer. There we go. The right layer. He takes. Drop the hammer.
I'm just gonna energize my hand. I'm still holding my shield in front of me. I'm just gonna open my arm to the left so to allow the magic to go through, and I'm just gonna poke a hole through his chest with the lightning.
I should give you +1 corruption for even saying that.
Why?
Do you not know what you just said? Fair enough then.
I think you said
willpower
magic.
test. No, it's all right.
Oh, magic. Sorry.
You sorceress.
It's the same
bitch.
thing.
How dare you?
Heresy.
It is. It's heresy.
It's basically like being an elf. I know God's magic, and it's still magic.
Well, this thing just likes being on fire then. It's like, well, fuck you. I'm in this fight. Just so that I know it's going to take another 5 damage from being on fire. Which actually does pretty much bugger all.
Question.
I'm going to put it on so it
Does
takes...
is fire damage negated by toughness?
Yeah.
Out of shit.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Toughness, not armor. So it takes that much and then it regains that much. So...
It also gains fatigue.
Huzzah, that actually worked. Yes, and it gains 1 more fatigue, which I need to add on... Oi. Come here. So, after enduring all of that, it can now attack. It is going to... It is hurt, and it is hungry. It's going to numb you.
Just gonna try.
Plus 10 for aiming. He gets... The thing is, I wouldn't call this a standard... I suppose it is a standard attack, because it doesn't get multiples? Hang on. Because, yeah, no. No, it shouldn't get a plus 10, because you don't get a plus 10 for... Yeah, you do. No, okay, it gets a plus 10. Would you like to parry? As it tries to grab hold of your neck and just bite into it.
Yes, I would. Just a quick question. So because the shield boss parry, and I've got my sword out, that also adds a plus 10.
No, it doesn't stack.
It doesn't stack.
Yeah, no, it doesn't stack. You use one or the other, gaining the bonus of one or the other.
Okay.
Because you can counter and do attacks. So if you... That's why it doesn't stack, because you choose one weapon to counter with, and then you could attack with that weapon.
Yeah, I just thought I'd ask, 'cause it's the first time it's really come up. Try and use my shield. And I manage it.
You do indeed. As its arms reach out, you just smash its arms with it with your shield. Surprisingly, not doing much damage to it, but it also does not seem to give up. Darius, sorry, start of the next round. Okay, so there is just this from within the mechanism in the door. 2 of the creatures get to the door. Token layer, and must immediately do agility tests or be crushed by the door, as the safety mechanisms are disengaged and the door is just dropped. The full weight of the door comes down. So agility tests to avoid it. I should have given you dodge tests, but I said agility, so... Oh, motherfucker, they both fail.
Ooh, boy.
So this gigantic door, you know, I can't even imagine how much this weighs. Probably the same weight as some ships. Just comes down. It's
a multitude of kilograms.
It is just so quick how quickly this door just drops. It was only at head height, but it's just immediate smash. One of the creatures, I will go on to the right layer. This creature is just crushed outright. It just disappears in a pile of blood that sprays out from underneath the door. The other creature, its legs are crushed underneath. And it cannot go... It is still alive, but its legs are crushed. So we'll see what happens to him on his turn. And then I need to go descending. Oh, well, Beethoven wasn't meant to go. So, oh, the one whose legs are crushed. Okay, so your legs are crushed. I want a toughness test to see if you No, I want a willpower test to see if you can do anything. Ah, a 6. He can do something. He hacks at his legs. He automatically hits. Just damage it. 13 to his legs. He frees himself and begins to bleed out.
Nice.
So on his turn, I'll roll to see if he survives bleeding out.
Awesome.
If he does, he'll get some health. Because he regenerates. Yes, Darius.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna hit it again with the shotgun butt.
Sure.
And this time I'm going to do an all-out attack. So I don't get to half aim. No half aim.
I'm gonna say there is a half aim to an all out. Otherwise, it's not worth it because you are putting yourself at significant risk for that +10. And I personally think it should be more. I know you get to like if you're gonna use a skill later on, we'll talk about adjusting it. So if you have counter attack or if you have skills that allow you to do extra attacks from parrying, like from all-out attacks, we'll change it. But if you have no other skills, you can't make other attacks, yeah, give yourself another +10. This will apply for the enemy later on, but
Hey, there we go. Okay.
And it gets to dodge.
Yeah, it would have been. Shit.
Nope, my luck's
Oh, you
back on.
piece of shit.
The other two, oh god, like even if I had let them dodge instead of agility, they would have still got crushed. So it's its turn. Is he hurt yet? No, he's not hurt.
Nope.
So he's going to continue hacking rather than doing anything else. He gets a half aim. He gets a standard attack, and that's it. And he hits. You cannot dodge or parry. Sadness. And it does nothing again.
It does nothing. Yep.
Mordecai, you're up.
I am going to... What do I want to do? I'm going to try and burn it some more again. And risk perils.
Sure.
And I'm also then going to Silentiance after I've done that, because it's a free action for me.
You can do that, sir.
2... Yes!
Okay. So,
Took a while for the other one to finish rolling for me, and it teetered on a 1. I was very worried.
and it dodges.
Son of a... Why?
Liliana, technically, there's nothing near you, so you could just step in to assist your psychically gifted friend. Liliana, are you there?
Sorry, I was muted. I forgot. I'm gonna take a step forward. I'm gonna gang up on this dude with Mordecai. Since this is only a half action, thankfully, I'm going to cast again. Smite. I want to smack this bitch with smite. So, bloop. Oh yes, baby.
So it can't dodge because it just dodged. Roll damage.
+2 and 4. Really, game? At least this is a 1, so I can change the damage, right?
Yes, you can.
So this
7.
would have been
8. You get one +1 for. Oh, sorry, no, right.
8, 7. It's actually 7.
Wouldn't
So
it be
9.4.
It'd be 9 damage.
Yeah, it's 9.4. because
Is it?
6
I thought it
degrees
was.
plus.
Is it not semi-auto?
I was about to say,
It
is
is
it not
now.
semi-auto? Yeah.
It is, but I'm about to roll the other
Ah,
point.
okay.
Ah.
So, okay.
So that will be 19.4.
It just explosions appear as you zap it, and just chunks of flesh just fly away, and splat against a wall. But it is still standing. That one isn't. That one's crushed.
Lena is gonna wave at Mordecai and say, "Hey, I'm here."
You're taking my skills. God damn it.
Jenny, you're up.
She's smiling.
I just realized that I should have taken that tech use of an extra -10, but that wouldn't have affected the result, I don't think.
No,
I
you
would
got like
essentially
3
lose it.
degrees.
I would essentially lose a degree of success because I forgot that I have a -10 for all tests until the end of this encounter.
Good point.
Sorry.
Good point. And fair enough for shouting out. No, that's fine. And like you said, it wouldn't have affected it.
I'm just gonna move. I can't reliably hit any of them with that -10 on top. So I'm just going.
I mean, there is one. Oh, well, no, -20 because he's prone. So no, okay.
I'm just gonna run, and Hector's gonna fly behind me.
Cool.
Because
You
I'm not shooting into melee with -30 overall.
you can get down this way. These are steps here as well.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, it's just you went past them. Fair enough. So Ezio, you're up.
I want to shoot that one.
Sure.
Half aim standard shot.
Sure. It cannot dodge because it dodged Darius's attack.
Does it explode on an 89?
Is your Steadholder reliable?
It is not reliable.
That's a jam.
Weapon jams. Or you can use a fate point to reroll.
I'll roll with it.
You want to roll with it?
Sure, why not?
Fair enough. The
I'm
creature
sorry I broke your other gun.
takes 1 damage from
Oh, yeah.
fire.
That's the one you broke.
It regains 6 HP. Liliana, you see most of the damage that you did to it just stitch up and close in a disgustingly quick speed. So now it just needs to make a willpower test to see if it can even do any actions.
Oh shit, yeah, those
It
things
can't.
regenerate, don't they?
So it just sits there, just burning as its skin heals, which is a horrible, horrible. At this rate, it's gonna heal its health back and remain on fire.
Perpetually on fire.
So this one that was on critical,
If he survives, he'll become a vampire messiah and he's always burning.
we're gonna see if he survives or dies. He survives, so he regains 6 HP, putting him to that. He crawls towards Darius. Oh, hang on. He crawls towards Darius. Wait, there. Darius, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna spend a half action to take a step back. So you can have the attack of opportunity.
Okay. It will do so. With a attack with no bonuses. No bonuses.
No bonus.
Yeah.
No
So it has to go as a swift attack. It does miss.
Okay.
Son. No bonus.
Alright, and I raise the shotgun and fire point blank.
Fair play.
I'm going to semi-auto, because fuck it.
Good move. Good move.
No additional modifiers?
No additional modifiers, no.
Okay. Wow, okay, I'm going to spend a fate point. Thanks, Nuffle, you dirty, dirty, ungrateful bitch.
Nuffle doesn't like any of us tonight.
No.
Well, I haven't put anyone into crit, so it's...
Okay.
Oh,
I think that's all 3 hits.
yeah, I'm pretty sure all 3 hits. Let me just double check. Yeah, it is 3.
Can he even dodge that?
I don't think he
yeah,
can dodge it because it's not his turn yet.
So who...
Because I'm sorry to say this, but Ezio's gun jammed instead of actually hitting
Yeah.
him, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he still has his dodge.
But I attacked him last time as well. Oh, wait, no. I attacked him. Oh, shit, no, yeah, he has a dodge. He does.
Yeah, if Ezio had hit him, then he wouldn't have had a dodge for this turn.
Yeah, I was thinking the wrong. I believe.
Sorry, buddy.
That's rough, buddy.
Nah, it's okay.
Yeah, because it's on his turn, he regenerates it.
Oh, you
Oh,
piece of
motherfucker.
fucking shit.
So this thing just kind of ducks down, jumps to the side, comes back around as you're just boom, boom, boom. It just... I only did 2 booms then. Boom! Another one. Sadly, he dodges. And it's his turn, so he would regain his reaction.
Yep.
Yeah, he's going to step in. And he's going to try and nom you. He's going to try and get a... Oh, but he's not wounded. So would he try and nom? No, he would attempt to cleave. Because they only nom when they're wounded. Otherwise they take it back to the hive. And he misses.
Good. Fuck you.
I promise that as soon as we're done with this one, you can step back again.
Oh, no,
and
no,
I'll
no, no.
take over.
I'm going to fucking obliterate this thing with a shotgun, even if it fucking takes all of my ammo.
Mordecai, you're up.
This one's still on fire, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Seeing Darius in a bit of trouble, I'm going to try to blow that one up instead, and just try and help out old Darius.
Sure. Clever way of just hiding the fact that it's burnt its dodge, so it can't dodge your attack. But, fair enough.
Burn his dodge.
Listen, fucking little servo scope just tried to steal my kills. If you're the same fucking thing, then we're gonna have a bit of an issue.
Yes. I hate to say this, but it's had its turn, so it still gets its dodge.
Oh, good point. Yeah, good point. I even said it,
It
didn't
was
I?
nothing to do with the dodge part. And I'm going to roll Sinitians because I forgot to do that last turn.
I completely forgot about it, and I also said it. It dodges. Just out the way.
What the fuck was that?
And I got a 25 with my Sinitians.
Sadly, there's still nothing around you that would cause a part in a warp.
I mean, sadly, more like luckily.
Yeah.
I'm fading, and I don't even have to say why.
Because it's a
Oh,
fail.
That too. Much better.
Ooh.
a natural 2.
Ooh. Spicy.
Well,
Not hot. I'm spicy.
so he does get a dodge. Because Mordecai did not
Yeah.
attack him. Dodge! Dodge! No, he doesn't dodge.
So, +2, pen 4. Fuck your dice roll. +2, pen 4. 18, pen 4 to 20, so that's arm, I think. I'm hoping he's still injured enough that this kills him. Plus, he's on fire, for crying out loud.
Drop the hammer.
He doesn't seem to mind the fire part.
I'm going to this time summon the psychic magic on top of my camera, and I'm just gonna slice him in half with the lightning.
Somewhere on the... Not somewhere. Sat upon the golden throne of terror, just the astral form of the God Emperor hears you and face palms.
I know, I'm saying this on purpose. Also,
Psychic.
can I...
Not
this-
fucking magic!
Meanwhile, the soul of Malkador, the Sigillite goes, "Oh, I've seen it in one of my Japanese animes."
Since this is technically half an action, can I still move after I
Oh,
attack?
sorry. Yes, I keep forgetting because I think it's like magic from fantasy. Yes, you can move forwards.
I'm gonna move 3. I think my half move is 3. Let me check, because I'm quite slow.
I think it is because you're like 33 agility, I think.
3. Yeah, I have 32 agility, actually. I'm gonna move 3 forward, and I'm gonna intercept this dude.
I was generous. Intercept him. He's crawling. He's crawling. He's got no legs.
I know, but still, I'm gonna step in his way.
Jenny,
So,
you're up.
Yet.
He's technically got 6 HP.
What do you mean,
I'm-
technically?
I'm just gonna keep on trucking.
Fair enough. Jenny continues her mad dash.
I would like to unjam my set holder.
Do you have the necessary skill to unjam your weapon? And I shit you not, I believe it is a skill, isn't it, Jenny?
No,
Yeah.
it's unjamming takes I believe full action tech use.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, that was it. And
Unjamming? I don't.
No, or
wait,
was
I
it
think
ballistic?
I
unjamming is
think
just
you're
full
thinking of
action.
technical knock this.
Technical
Yeah,
knock
no,
reduces it to half action, right?
no,
Yeah.
but,
Getting
so there's a skill. There's a skill that allows it as a free action for tech priests or for those who have it. I don't think it's technical knock because technical knock I think
No,
adds
it is
damage.
technical knock.
Oh, is it?
Weapons jam.
No,
mhm.
technical knock is the reduces it by half action, or reduces it to a half action.
Clearing a jam is a half action that requires a ballistic skill test.
Ah, okay. So can I get a ballistic skill test from you, Ezio?
Flat.
Yeah,
Apparently
technical
so.
knock simply turns it into a half action rather than a full.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a full action. You've cleared the chamber. Remove 1 ammo. Well, you probably removed it anyway. Yeah, the jammed bullet is wasted, but your weapon is clear for the next round. That one's dead.
I like how the description for technical knock says that you actually bitch slap the gun to clear a jam.
Yeah.
I know.
HK slap. Yeah.
Either for the ease of practice or proper ritual to appease a weapons machine spirit, the acolyte can clear stoppages with a simple knock or a solid smack of his hand to a weapon.
So, can I just... A prone target making a melee attack on someone who's not prone, there's no negatives, is there? It's the person who's standing gets positives to their attack.
No, they have
It's
a
bit
minus
weird.
10 to their weapon skill.
They do get a minus 10. Okay. It's going to all out. No, it's not. It's going to do standard because I said earlier. Right, it takes a minus 10 then. Liliana, the thing tries to grab hold of your legs and bite its teeth down deep into your ankle. This is not primitive.
this is not primitive. Okay, I'm gonna try to parry him. Like any bonuses from parrying someone that's basically crawling?
No, they have a minus 22 dodging and parrying.
Ah, that's 15. I cannot actually parry because of a few points. So he attacks me.
Why? Why? It's 2d10.
Too...
It's 2d10.
Wow.
You rolled a 2 and a 4. Oh.
Is that
Lovely.
2d10
Where
higher?
is this tool?
Yeah, it's
So-
tearing.
rending.
It's tearing.
Yeah, it's tearing.
Or rending.
Ah.
So
where is this
it
too?
is on the chest. No, it's not.
Chest.
15, it's on
15
the
is-
left arm? It's on one of the arms, apparently.
No, it's on
15's
the
right arm.
Right on.
And since this is not primitive, it actually manages to deal 1 damage to me.
Wow.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
it does 1 damage. Leech!
Because of that too.
Roll! Oh, hang
Oh
on.
no.
Roll! He gains another 7 HP back.
Wow.
Just did the sucky.
He did.
Liliana is not properly equipped to receive the sucky, but
Medco.
that's a very different question.
I'm more.
As you feel-
It's going to be looking surprised at him actually being able to lunge at the arm, but
As you, well, for fluff reasons, it's the leg.
I know,
But
I know.
As you swipe away at him, he just sinks down, just to the floor underneath your shield and lunges up, biting down into your shin. You feel a slight prick of pain as it just bites through your armor, just enough to do just 1 little damage, but it's enough.
Tip.
And then you start feeling this feeling of drainingness, of something just sucking on the wound.
Does he deal 7 more damage to me, or does he
No.
regain 7?
He just regains. He just regains.
The other's just gonna shout at this creature, "Hey, stop fucking licking
Also-
my toe, you fiend!"
It also gains 6 health back from its regeneration. It's a full health.
Wow. Holy shit.
I told you these things were dangerous. Harris, you're up. Oh, actually, hang
Same
on.
again as
How
last
are we all doing for time?
I'm okay for time.
I'm good.
I mean, I reckon we can easily finish this combat.
We
before
should.
I have to go.
We should be able to. You should be able to gang up on them now. The door is closed. So sure, go ahead, Darius.
Okay. Same as last time, step back and open fire.
Okay.
Go
so
ahead with
it
the...
takes a free hit. Is flat. It does hit, but it is still with the clean. Ooh, Jesus Christ. Okay, 31. I believe that's the
Actually
body.
does nothing still. That
Oh,
still does
excellent.
nothing. My AP is 12 against primitive.
Marvelous.
Okay, see him again. Triple shot into the... or wherever. No, just modifier. Wow, okay.
Didn't you roll that last time?
I did. I'm gonna do it again. Cause fuck you, helpful.
You see, Darius, your problem is you're using a riot gun. This isn't a riot. Therefore,
I guess
the gun
I'm
is
not shooting. I'm
effective.
not shooting a civilian, so I guess it's not working properly. The
Mhm.
machine spirit is not appeased.
So you get 5 degrees
That
of success because it's
that's-
4 plus 1. So that's all of your shots that hit.
Yep.
And it can't
Which sounds
dodge because
Hey,
Mordecai did do something useful last turn.
thank you, Mordecai.
Wow, you say that like I'm
Wow.
not usually useful. That
Wow,
hurts.
that was so passive aggressive.
I know. It's like he did do something useful.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
So
those
just,
are 2
I mean-
bad rolls and then 1 very good roll.
so for a
Yeah.
start, you can replace the degrees of success. So you got 5 degrees of success. So that's actually
we're
11
replacing the
damage,
7.
16 and 8.
11.
Drop the hammer.
Okay, where do I hit? That's the head. Okay.
So technically
That's,
it would go
2
head,
lines.
head, chest, I think.
Yeah. basically, as it swings out and slashes the cleaver across his torso, Darius spins the gun up slightly, just so it's pointing directly up, and pulls the trigger down for just a second as all 3 shells fire. The first 2 obliterating the head. The second one just rending the neck off. Because I told you, fuck this guy, I'm going to kill him with a shotgun.
And
the only thing perfecter would be if you kept yelling that he should stop resisting arrest.
I'm not my full
You're not
judge
an
outfit,
Arbite.
though.
You're
with
not
the
an Arbite,
second
you're a
shot,
Norseman.
its head just mist, just red and grey mist, just in the air as the corpse falls limp to the floor.
Oh.
Now, technically, this thing has no legs. It has bit. So you have some options here, guys. I'll let you gang up and just stomp it into the ground if you want. It has no legs, but the ability to regenerate. It doesn't seem to be regenerating its legs, just the wounds have closed. Do you want to keep it?
No.
Sever the arms! It's a punching
You
bag.
would kill it.
Part of me wants to say yes for
I know,
science. I don't think
same.
I can sell that.
Same.
To be honest,
Guys.
that's my thinking of it. You've hacked off. Its legs are gone, so you can easily step away from it. You could easily chop off its arms if you really wanted. It would be something to be studied, at the very least.
It's legitimately a self-healing punching bag. We're keeping it.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Like,
killing it.
Think how it.
This is perfect, though. This is how I work out my anger against twists. I just go home and punch the shit out of this one.
Guys, think about how Mentorus is gonna feel. Is like, we went down there. There was an ungodly shriek of machinery, and now we come back with a pet, with a dismembered pet.
She'd probably have fun torturing it, to be fair.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I didn't think you would capture one of these things. You do have the option. You also have electrical weapons. You could literally just stand above it, just beating it in the face with the shock batons and shock until it's disabled. I've come up
Right.
with some ideas for it, so you guys could come up with some ideas for it. If you want to keep it, you can. Otherwise, there's not much reward to this little adventure.
Alright,
I kind of want to keep it.
there are two things.
Want to keep it? I'm not gonna lie.
There are two things. First, it's highly heretical doing this, but it's okay if we chop off his arms and bust up his face so he doesn't bite anyone anymore.
Thing is, I don't think
It's
this
not heretical.
trooper cage is sturdy enough to contain this.
It's not heretical, we're not-
It's a twist. Experimentation on mutants is perfectly legitimate in the Imperium of Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like who's gonna report us? The cops?
What do you think they
We
want to do
are
when
the
they
cops.
test the new weapon out, or want to make sure that every
Can we
100
set
grenades is just
to thingy?
They're
Things-
literally twists. They have no rights at all.
I'm at least gonna chop off his arms because he just nibbled on my
Right.
toes and I don't like that.
you
To,
can do
uh,
that.
Could we sell
Go
it
with
to
what Alvin said.
We're not
Oh, sorry.
selling it, we're
Mechanicus?
sciencing the shit out of this.
Yeah, we're gonna science this bitch.
We
Uh,
need money.
Albie, we literally have a source of income.
Yeah, we
Yes,
just need
but we
science
need
now.
all the money.
We're gonna clear the under.
Who the fuck is gonna buy this from us?
Yeah, no one's
You're
gonna buy
mechanical.
this from us.
You're a Mechanicus friend.
So the
No, they
issue,
won't.
the
We're
issue
not
here
selling it, we're
is
sciencing it.
Why would she buy it?
she could go out and get her own. This is the. You saw 100 of them. There's 100 of them through here. This door.
Mr.
Yes,
Black.
sir, I'm not sure if that door can open again. I'm not sure that's exactly a problem.
There's 95 of them. You killed 5. Well, one's still
I
alive.
have several ideas. First one, we can actually monetize this fucking weirdo if we are able to synthesize something out of his blood to help fix wounds. Another thing,
That's
if we can
Wait. So you're advocating we take this creature and turn it into drugs?
Yes.
That's
I
heresy.
like this.
That's a good idea. I approve.
Also, I mean, it's not heresy. It's just using a mutation of a human for the benefit of the Imperium.
No, you're trying to induce mutation upon a normal human. That's
Just don't
No.
tell them where the drugs come from.
So it would
Yeah.
depend. It would depend on what type of healing you would get. If it's like what we're trying to do with lizards, the regeneration part of it, but as a serum, like a cream that you rub onto a wound, and the cream is used up to regenerate the wound, that wouldn't be heretical. But if it actually genuinely mutates the skin around it to make like the healing is the mutants, that would be heretical. But you haven't studied studied this exact mutation or this exact effect. You don't know if it's the skin that mutates more cells to regenerate, or if it's the body that is generating a special type of cell that speeds up. The special type of cell would be completely legitimate within the Imperium. It's the mutation that wouldn't be.
Oh, we
So
are
long as
going
we-
to find out.
Oh yeah.
So here's the thing. If we can do that, great. Another thing that I just thought about is if we can fix up this place, we can actually turn this into a training ground. We just open up the doors, let a few of those fuckers
No.
come in,
No.
close the doors,
No.
and train.
No.
Jenny,
No.
I mean,
I-
it's
There is
brilliant.
another
Think
door.
about it.
Some backup turrets so we can just riddle the. If our grunts fail
No,
miserably.
we are not risking opening the hive again to those things.
But here's the thing. Again, we'll be doing.
What about those two holes then behind us?
We
We
would be
should
doing a
probably also seal up the grate while we're talking about this, because that obviously leads back there.
True.
so. Just real quick, I think what Albie mentioned earlier there is, or something that kind of reminded me there. Darius does have an innate, just absolute hatred of mutants. That's just kind of his upbringing. So, as much as I want to keep him as Getty, Darius wants to kill this fucking thing.
No,
but would you not, if you've got an extreme hatred for these things, would there not be part of you that wants to see it in pain through experimentation and...
Darius,
Just-
hear me out. If
I
we,
mean,
if
part
we
of me does, but again, because of the regimental kind of fucking upbringing,
True.
suffer not the mutant to live.
think about it this way: if we let this one live and experiment on him, we can learn how to kill those things better. Huh? Efficiency? Huh?
I mean, they seem to die pretty easily when I shot it. Fucking
And
gun.
again, just think about this again. Training.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Right.
I'm with Jenny on this one.
God
If we
damn
know
it.
how to kill them better, when they eventually break through, we can kill them.
When
better.
the event, okay.
And besides, out of character, this is what I'm thinking too. These creatures are actually fear-inducing, which is very good for training, because if we learn how to cope with our fear, we get stronger, better, faster. You know how the song goes. And we can even train our soldiers down here every now and then.
No, I want to kill him.
The good
That-
ones.
That sounds like a great way to just lose our grunts. I'm
This-
not gonna lie.
What should
I
I
mean-
do? What should I do when the mutants come up against the hacker? Hey. So,
Are we going to
oh.
intimidate
No,
them
you
with a hacker?
don't do hack when you're killing these people. The hack is more, training
We did
people
just
working
Ah,
together.
is when we fight gang wars.
Is this the point in which our gang starts turning into a fucking dance troupe?
No.
Sorry, that
The
just
hack
made
is
me
a
laugh.
too.
Oh, come on, I just want to dissect him. Preferably alive.
So you want to
I guess.
vivisect him?
Yes. I wish to perform science.
Vivisection is
if we-
painful.
Okay, yeah. If
We
it,
don't
as long as
care
it's in a
about-
lot of pain, fuck it. Darius will stand down, but he's gonna be making sure the shotgun's always ready just to blow its fucking head off at a moment's notice. Basically.
I'm gonna have mentors assist me with this one because we're not bringing this back to the club.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay.
We just have it hanging from the top of the club as you know, a
Charge
an artwork.
people. Charge people to beat the
Yeah.
twist. A throne to
Yeah.
beat the twist. Alright, so to speed
While it sounds hilarious, I don't think the patrons would appreciate a screaming mutant hanging from the
yeah,
ceiling.
take out his vocal cords. Can't scream now. So the
Also,
to speed up
sadist exists.
to speed up the situation, you're able to put the corpses in a pile. You leave that to Mordecai to sort out. He's quite good at this by now. You call up Ceres to get... You tell her about what's happened, basically. And after some talk, she opens up the passageway. Servitors come in, and they seal up the grates over in the corner. Which the stream can't see, but never mind. So that grate will disappear, that hole. We will get that removed. You're able to get your prisoner back to your base.
Prisoner is an overstatement. He's more of an science experiment.
So do you want this other grate closed up as well, and just lock this place down using the door? Or do you want to keep the grate open and lock the door down so the only access through here is the tiny grate?
Genuinely,
I would rather we kept the second entrance. Is there any way we can get this replaced with like a proper hatch?
So you can have the doorway is now open. Sarah's got the servitors to repair the door, so you have a proper door entrance in here. Or you can repair the grate or get it repaired. She can't really put a hatch in because it's a grated area. Well, I suppose you could do. Sure, if you want a hatch, she can put a hatch in for you.
Okay. I'll require a hatch here. And then that'll be...
A hatch will appear there one day. For now, we'll get rid of that, and we will just take some artistic license. Hey, the artistic license is done. There's already a blue square around there. Marvelous. There's your hatch. So, a hatch can be put in. Yes. You take your captive back to your base. So, your captive. Do you want him in Sarah's area or do you want him in your area?
Ceres.
Okay, so you want it in Ceres's area. So Ceres would like to have half the credit for what is learned. Basically, this is more of a discussion between the two tech priests because you guys aren't getting credit for shit.
Well, Mordecai can do science. Come on, guys. Don't be so mean to the other research order.
Science, bitch.
Can you do science?
I mean, I'm also scientist.
No, we are
You're
not.
A dude.
I can't do magic, but I can. I can't do science, but I can do magic.
You people are.
I'm just there to blow its head off if it fucking looks at me funny.
Also, I would have to come. I would have to go about now.
Righto. That's not a problem. So as you get your prisoner, your captive, your experiment back into Ceres's area, it is locked down with a servitor constantly watching it. And you discuss ideas with Ceres for future plans for it. As our invisible friend takes extra detailed scans of the limbless creature. It zooms around and takes extra careful footage of all of your reactions before yet again it disappears off into the darkness, perhaps to relay its latest transition.
Did the server school just take a picture of the mutant's dong?
It did.
Yes.
As that is the end of our episode. So, I certainly do hope that all of you have enjoyed this episode. I can't tell if the stream is fuzzy or not, or if it's my camera. I don't know. But I certainly do hope you've enjoyed this episode, and are looking forward to future episodes to come. Especially Thursday's episode, where we will get up to more Anks in the Warhammer Fantasy world. So I hope to see you then. Take care, everyone, and as always, bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.